Alright, and hello guys. Today I'm bringing you something quite different. Not game related. We're not trolling telemarketers anymore. That was more of a one-time thing. I'm going to be showing you a really basic scripting language, or programming language you could call it, called Batch. Today I'm going to be going over the programs you need to write in, what you need to code Batch in, how do you compile and run the code that you have written, the file formats that BAT works with, the operating system compatibility, the features, and holdbacks of using Batch. We're going to be making a simple Hello World program once we are done. I'm hoping to turn this into a series where I will start from, as I've just listed, the basics, and slowly we'll be able to develop more and more advanced. We'll dive deeper into Batch, and hope you all stay along for the ride. So without any further ado, let's hop right into what programs you need to write Batch in. Alright, so Batch is a very simple, very basic, very minimalistic programming or scripting language, and you can write it in something, well, really as simple as Notepad. So let's take a look at Notepad here. As you all know, Notepad, pretty minimalistic. You got your 5 tabs here for the formatting of the text, view, some help about how this works, edit, saving the file, opening new files. There's no color, there's no line showing indentation. Very basic. Now if we go and take a look at Notepad++, you can see here that if I choose my language and I set it as Batch, which is what we are going to be using, certain characters and certain commands are special. You can see here this, which is a variable, is orange. This @ symbol is pink, meaning that any command after this will not be displayed. It's pretty interesting. You can search, you can save all, have multiple ones going open at a time if they're related to each other, save all of them at the same time, close all of them, close one of them, go back and forth. That's one problem with Notepad, the standard Notepad. You write something, you go back, and Control Z can only delete this or put it back, and that is a real limitation on Notepad's part. A few things: you can search, you can replace certain strings with others, letters with others, and generally just got a lot more options. So for the purpose of making these videos, we will be using Notepad++, simply because that's really what I like more. So Batch, you do not need to compile it as you would if you were, making coding in C, C#, C++. You would need to take your source code, compile it into a .exe executable file, and then launch it. With this, you save it in the .bat or .cmd file format. I'll go over a few of the differences in a moment. You double click or you click and open, and you're off to the races. So now for some differences between .bat and .cmd. As far as you should be concerned on this, I assume you're a beginner, basic level. There are no really big differences for you. I know there are certain differences in the commenting system. For example, I can comment using REM, and any text after this on line 1 specifically will not show up. It will not execute as a command. You can also use something like this, and this is affected. This will not work in certain situations when you use the .cmd. Error level, which is a variable that is set by certain commands such as choice, will be quite buggy a lot of times when using the .cmd extension. So I recommend that you stick to the good old .bat, which is a much older file extension. It was used when the 16-bit naming convention was a thing, and .cmd, it's more of a 32-bit kind of thing, if you know what I'm saying. So, OS compatibility. .bat and batch coding, scripting as a whole, is a Windows-only thing. It is proprietary. It basically runs off of the Windows command line. So whenever you open this up, you're going to get a window very similar to this. Obviously, you wouldn't have all of this extra text. You would have whatever you tell there to be. Alright, now features and problems of Batch. features. Very, very, very simple. Anyone, that's why I'm choosing to do this as a beginner's kind of guide, because if you want to get in, you want to make nothing too fancy, you don't want to write, a larger program, you don't want to make a game, obviously. This is really what you're going to need to do. Batch is more of a background kind of program. Which brings me into a limitation. There is no GUIs. You will not be able to use your mouse to click on buttons, click on text, click on icons. It is all typing based. Absolutely no mouse interaction. As I said, this is only Windows. That pretty much gets me into, since this is a programming language designed to work specifically with Windows, everything is compatible. I have not encountered an error on Windows part in this. I don't even know, XP, Vista, 7, 8, 8.1, 10, which I am currently using. Never had anything wrong, so you're unlikely to have any problems. So, as seems to be a very popular beginner's thing, we are going to be making a Hello World, which will simply open up a window, print on the screen Hello World, and wait for you to respond. So what you're going to want to do is open up whatever you prefer, be it Notepad or Notepad++. Now, what you're going to do at the beginning is you will see here, if I open up a command line, this text right here, this displays my current directory. This can be easily disabled by running a command such as echo off. Now you can see I can still run commands, but all of my commands will not be prefaced with this. If I want to turn this back on, I can simply do this. Now, this is how you're going to want to start every single one of your batch programs, unless you are doing something like troubleshooting them. So you could simply type echo off. This works, but to hide the output of a command, you can do @echo off, which is of course hiding echo off. That's how you're going to want to start. To change the title, you can see here I did that earlier. To change the title to something else that you want, you simply type title and then whatever you would like to name it. So for this, we're going to name it Hello World. Now, to get into colors, you can change both the background and the color of text. For example, if I wanted to make black text on white background, I would type color space F0. Now, if you'd like a complete list of all the colors and how they work, you can simply go Windows. On Windows 10, type CMD, enter, and you can see here if I type color /?, I get exactly how all the colors work. So here are all the codes: 0 being black, 8 gray, D light purple. You can see them all here if you want to use these, and this is how they are formatted. FC, which we can see here, F represents bright white and C represents light red. The first F, being bright white, will be the background. So this is your background, this is your text. If I wanted to do, for example, red text on a blue background, then I would do something like blue is 1, color 1, and my text in red C. Obviously, I would never use this color. So for this, we will specify color F0 to give a nice, contrast, so you can easily see the text in the window. Now, outputting text to the user. To do this, you type echo and whatever text you would like after that. Echo has other uses. For example, if you would like to save to a file, you put whatever you would like to save, then a greater than symbol and the file name. Now, we are not going to be using, for this purpose, we're simply going to be using it to echo in the command window. So we're going to echo Hello World. Once that's done, you can go down, and now to make the window wait, because as it is now, it'll run in order. It'll see, okay, echo off, and I'm not displaying this. Reset the title to Hello World ! Change the color to white text on a black background, black text on a white background, whatever you choose it to be. In this case, black on white. Then it's going to echo Hello World, and boom, it's out of there instantly. Gone. So there are a few ways you can do this. You can use simply timing it, leaving 3 seconds, 8 seconds, or you can wait until there's an interaction with the user. One way to do this is PAUSE, meaning pause, and you can see this, it'll go echo off, title, color, echo this, and pause will display the message. Press any key to continue. ... So we can simply write the output of this command to null, which means it will pretty much get rid of the output. This will simply leave a blinking cursor like this. And when you hit any key, it will exit because there's no more code after this. For the sake of showing you how this works, we're not going to output it to nothing. Now, saving it. You're going to click or File, Save, or Control S. You save this anywhere that's convenient for you. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Now, if you did not specify your language by going here, you will have to select either batch or all types. I've selected batch, so you will name it whatever you would like. Hello World. Save, and now you can see if we go on our desktop, HelloWorld.bat. Now we can open this or we can double click. So if we compare what this happens to our file, at echo off we don't see any preface. Title was set. Color is correct. Echo Hello World, we see this text right here. And then press any key to continue ... and it's waiting for us. If I were to press, for example, space, done. I pressed the key. It's out of here. Now, let's do as I said and do pause and write it to null. Now we'll see what happens now. Alright, so we got our code over here and our program, which we will launch now. So you can see echo off, title, color, set, and our text is displayed. Now we have a blinking cursor. You can see here I'm clicking, nothing is happening. But if I were to simply hit a key, we're out. Pretty simple, actually. So this is our intro to Batch. If you like this, well then I gladly, warmly invite you. I extend an arm. Come up, join us, teach you. I've spent a long time just, messing around with this, fun little things. Those are always the best. And if you combine it with more than one batch, you can truly get powerful programs. There are people that have recreated full working chess with AI in Batch. It's really powerful, but not as efficient as it would be if you were to use something else. So next video, I plan on going over a few simpler commands, like taking in input, putting out input to a file, and a big one, variables. If you aren't already into coding, variables is going to be something a little difficult for you to comprehend. So I will have a graphic up that will explain how exactly variables work. Variables are a huge, absolutely huge part. You cannot really do anything significant without them. You want to make a calculator, you cannot do that without variables. You want to allow the user to customize the title, customize the color. They cannot do that without variables. So as you can see, the next video is going to be a significant one, covering some basic things that are essential to writing any good program. So if you like this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you want to really join, hop on the wagon for the rest of the ride. Gonna explore some more programs, see how much fun we can have, and all of this is going to be available in the description and for download. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.